Hey guys, Chico here with He Provides, and my wife Jerry is headed down the drive to her brother-in-law's. He lives 3 doors down. Her brother, not my brother, her brother. He lives 3 doors down. Our lawnmower crapped out. We've had 2 months of just everything breaking down. It seems like both vehicles have been in shop. Lawnmower's second time. Anyway, long story. But the reason I mentioned the lawnmower is, well, first, you see that sunflower? That's a volunteer. It just came up on its own. Not sure how the seed even got here, but hey, I'm glad it's here. But you see all this devil weed? It's out of control. We got to get it mowed down. Over here, it's mowed down, and the last time the lawnmower got put in the shop, we hired a young man to mow. But he didn't get into any, he's a real young guy, like 13. He didn't get into any of the areas that looked a little rough to him. So we're well behind on mowing, and we're going to get that worked out today. And that gnarly, ugly mess over here, we got all the scrap metal hauled off. Hope you watched the video. And we're going to work on getting this all cleaned up and mowed as well today, as well as the shed. Those barrels, I've got several more, or at least a handful more, up in our storm shelter, which isn't going to make it to be a mushroom growing outfit yet. We're not there, so it's still being used for storage. But we got to paint our shed before winter, and I got to show you this mess. With all our traveling and people borrowing tables and our children borrowing stuff, let me show you what this looks like. It's a stinking mess. It's an absolute mess. And we're going to work on this today. We're going to try to get this squared away. This, by the way, is kind of an inspiration from Dawn at Sensible Living with Money Mom. And then we've called in, if you'll see the locates, my father-in-law's got some work to do up at his place, and all of this, it's all humpy and bumpy, and it's unusable, which is unacceptable. So we're going to, I think I got a finger in the way, we're going to get this cleared out too. We thought we could get to it today, but we're not. But we're going to scrape all this down, and we're going to, over here is a, I'll just show you, over here is a ditch. And the briars are taking over, but here's the ditch, and we're going to level this all out so that it's usable. We're going to turn this into a vehicle turnaround so that we don't have to back out on this busy county road. But we're going to take some of that excess and just make a berm right down through here so that the water doesn't rush up and over. And then we're going to take the excess down here, and we're going to try to widen our usable ground a little bit without harming our wild berry patches. So we've got a lot going on today. It looks pretty gnarly over here. We have a fire we need to build. Need to do some work on the garden. So we're going to show you some of the stuff we got going on today. We'll be back. We'll talk to you guys in a little while. Well, we got the mowing done. We borrowed my brother-in-law's mower. Our mower's down, I think I told you. But he's got a zero turn, and it can get in places that our old Craftsman rider cannot. So all of this was overgrown with mint and just all kinds of stuff. So we've got it all mowed out and cleaned out. I left my comfrey. We got all that over there. It hadn't been mowed the last couple of times. Got that bank cleaned up. Speaking of, there's my brother-in-law's mower, but we got most of that cleaned up over there. There's my lovely wife, you want to wave. The tires we're going to sell, and all those barrels, we painted a sign. We're going to put those barrels up for sale. $3 a piece or 2 for $5. And we're going to clean this up, and I dragged that out of the woods. We got all this devil weed chopped up and got everything caught back up to the property line. So it's looking good. I'll bring you back and we'll close up here in a little bit and we'll show you what we've got. So we got this cleaned up pretty well. The lumber will all be gone by winter. My wife's got some DIY she wants to do in the fall, and we're going to have a yard sale before winter, and then all that press board will be gone too. But another shout out to Dawn at Sensible Living with Money Mom. She's doing a declutter series, and I got a little inspiration from her. We couldn't even step foot in here a while ago. It's not done because we're going to have a yard sale probably September, maybe first week of October, and we'll pull everything out and reorganize it completely. So, but thanks, Dawn. And then my daughter-in-law is picking up those to put water balloons in for Riker's birthday party tomorrow, and we got all those out by the road for sale. Guys, we appreciate you coming along. We'd also appreciate a thumbs up and a share. Godspeed.